Yo, what's up guys, Boss here, and I'm back with another YouTube video, and this time we're going to be playing some top ladder using a new golem deck. I don't think I've done a golem video in a while, so I thought it would be a good idea to make one since this golem deck is really strong right now. I saw a couple people in the top 10 using it. Let me see where they are now. Yeah, here we go. Winnie was the one I copied the deck off of. I think, yeah, he's hiding his deck. He was actually using golem, but I guess he's hiding his deck or something because mine is 12. Yeah, he definitely wasn't using this deck. I copied this golem deck off of him, and it's really solid because, you know, the skeleton dragons are really strong, and I think originally in this deck it had Ice Wizard, but I think this variant just does a bit better. You know, just I think the skeleton dragons pair super well in golem decks, lava hound decks, and graveyard decks. There's a lot of different things they pair really well in, and I just think they're a pretty versatile card in general. So let's go ahead and go into the first game. I already pushed up, you know, about 100 trophies before I started recording with this golem deck, so it's definitely pretty solid. We're 653rd now, but let's try to see if we can get a bit higher. Maybe even, I don't know what top 200 is at. I think top 200 is at 6,700, I want to say, but we could probably at least get to like top 300 or something like that if I win most of the games, but we'll see. And because this golem deck is quite expensive, you don't want to be playing any golems until double elixir, generally. There's some golem decks where you can golem first play, but with this variant you can't, because you could definitely be punished a ton if you do. Alright, here we go. So we found our first game. Let's give him the good luck. We could start off with a goblin cage. That's fine. We'll just leak like one elixir or so just to see if he wants to do anything, but he's not going to, so we'll set up a goblin cage. That's going to force a response out of him. He's going to have an ice wizard, so that probably means it's going to be graveyard or ice bow. We'll cycle our skeleton dragons. He has a prince, so it could be RG, it could be golem. There's a few different things it could be. I could be completely off, and it could be completely different than the decks I said. I'm just not entirely sure. Skeleton dragons are doing work versus our Night Witch. It should be enough of a distraction though, so he doesn't get. Oh, he's not going to get any damage. That was really good. All right, I think we're about even on elixir. We'll just kind of sit tight here. I again don't really want to, you know, golem, but because he just did, we're going to play our own golem. So with him having prince, I don't know if he has Night Witch. Maybe he does. I don't know if he has a building either. He has the Ice Wizard. It makes me feel like he probably doesn't. I'm not really sure, but we'll play a low goblin cage. He's going to have one as well. Okay, so quite a similar golem deck. We'll play skeleton dragons. They do more DPS than the baby dragon. You know, he might lightning them or something like that, but they're going to get a lot of value before they die. Yeah, he goes for the lightning. I don't like... Actually, let's try it. I think you could... Yeah. Okay, that was a little risky. I actually wasn't entirely sure that was going to activate King. Because so many people have said, oh, you can't activate King Tower off of the Golem. They said Golem, though. They never said Golemites. So we got a nice King activation there. I actually don't think I've ever gotten in that situation of the Golemite being on the outside like that, NATOing it to the King. I mean, with the new NATO. So I think that's the first time I got in that situation. That's why I wasn't entirely sure if it was going to activate, but looks like it does, so that's really good. Just wasn't sure if it was going to work with the new tornado. Okay, so we'll go for another goblin cage. We'll see if we can get a good lightning off here. Us having the king activated is going to greatly help us in this match, in a golem versus golem. He's once again just going to lightning. I mean, now we're free to play our baby dragon as well as our Night Witch. We could even try to go for another golem, like, just play another golem at the bridge, because we kind of have the... Oh, no, the Goblin Brawler is going in the opposite lane. Okay, that's not really what I wanted. I was actually hoping... Really nice tornado, though, pulling everything together. That was actually a really clutch tornado. Happy with that. But that was unfortunate the Brawler went in the opposite lane. Was hoping it would stay in the same. but I guess it's okay. Prince should go down eventually here, and then hopefully we can get some damage on top of his tower. Yep, looks like we get our first damage of the game, and we're going to pick up quite a lot of damage. We're going to go for another golem. Because, you know, we were up elixir, we have such a good damage lead. We're just in a great position right now. We'll go skeleton dragons in the back. I might lightning his tower soon. Lightning doesn't do that good versus the prince. That's why I've been kind of hesitant to play my lightning this game, if you guys were wondering why. Baby dragon's going to live. He was unable to lightning it because he hit the golem instead. Okay. Nah, I still don't want to lightning. To be honest, in golem versus golem, you sometimes want to hold off on your lightning for a while because... Oh, now's a good time because all we need to do now is cycle back to one more lightning. That was a great opportunity to play our first lightning of the game because obviously, because the golemites were alive and I knew he wasn't going to have the reaction time to play anything. And had we not taken the tower there, we would have easily been able to cycle back to another. So we got a very nice first win there versus, you know, another golem deck, different variant. He had Prince. I think his deck overall was probably a bit more expensive than ours. I'm not really sure though, but anyway, 5-5-5. We're working our way up. Let's keep going. Our next win, if we win the next game, will put us at 6,500, and then maybe we'll see if we could even get to 6,600. It's not going to be easy, but I guess if I win every single game, we could in this video. So good luck. We again have Goblin Cage, so we'll just hold off here, see if he wants to do anything. Looks like he's not, so in the same thing again, we're just going to go for a Goblin Cage. He's still not doing anything, so, like, to be honest, at this point, because he just leaked 4 elixir, I'm going to go in the back because, like, I can't really think of any reason why we wouldn't. I mean, he's going to go for a Prince opposite lane. I'm actually just going to go ahead and ignore it. I mean, it might seem like a risky play, and you guys are right. Because I'm not sure we're going to take his tower, but I just feel like for whatever reason, because he leaked so much elixir and then just goes for a prince, I'm going to find it pretty hard to believe if we don't take his tower. Like, I would be shocked if we don't take his tower. Not saying it's impossible for him to defend, but, like, yeah, there's just no way. And we're in the lead right now. We have so much damage on the other lane. That's why, so you guys saw it there first. If someone plays the Goblin Cage, don't leak elixir. I see this all the time when I play ladder on my mini account. It feels like the reason why people don't do anything is because I guess maybe at 5,000 trophies people have no idea what a Goblin Cage is. But if someone plays a Goblin Cage, don't just leak elixir because all you're really doing is they have a defensive card in the middle. It's going to spawn a brawler that gets value. So you're really just giving them free elixir at that point. So he pretty much just wasted 3 or 4 elixir. That was a really, really bad play on his part. So we're going to still defend the golem. I mean, because we're still playing into the right lane since we have so much damage on his right tower. So, I mean, there's no reason to go opposite lane since we're going same anyway. So it's not like we need to pressure opposite just because he golemed. I mean, most likely he has a lightning. This is looking like, honestly, a very, very similar golem deck to the one we played last game. So we're going to save our tower. We're just going to golem in the back. I don't really know if that was that good of a NATO. As long as the baby dragon gets targeted by the king tower, we're fine. Yeah, it should be in range, so we're okay there. Because he used so much elixir. So when I played that golem, we were up a ton. So we're in a pretty great spot right now. We might even be able to get a good lightning off here. Yeah, he's just piling up the value for us. Okay, that lightning value was pretty insane there. King Tower isn't going to target the baby dragon. Could we potentially get his tower in the lightning range here? It's going to be close. I'm not certain if it will be. Oh, wait, actually... Oh, I was going to say, even if it wasn't in lightning range, a NATO does damage to tower, which I'll show you guys right now. I mean, a lot of you guys probably know, but yeah. No way he can really lightning block, I don't think. So we'll just go ahead and take the lightning. I mean, I made sure to play it kind of like in the corner in case he did try to play cards, but... It's pretty hard for them to, when you're using like a heavy beatdown deck, it's not really easy to lightning block. So yeah, another nice win. We basically played 2 Golem Prince decks back to back, which is pretty crazy. Both of them, you know, quite expensive decks, both 4.4. Mine's 4.4 too, so that's a crazy way to start things off, I guess, versus two. You know, we're using Golem, and then we're playing versus two Golem decks. You know, it's very weird because Golem I don't even think is like broken or OP or anything like that. And it doesn't even have an insanely high use rate. It's just weird. I tend to sometimes play a lot of Golem for some reason. Alright, so here we go. We should find another game shortly here. There we go. We're versus Julian. So, good luck. We have a Golem in our starting hand. In this case, we do not have a Goblin Cage, so we are just going to go ahead and wait and see if he wants to make a move. So, just going to go for a Miner. We'll go Skeleton Dragons to counter that. A Miner doesn't tell me a lot of information about his deck. He has a Fireball as well, so we're going to leak. Even though we're up Elixir by a couple, we need a leak, because in this situation I can't cycle my Night Witch in the back, because if he's using a Giant deck, if I cycle my Night Witch in the back, he could go Giant Prince opposite lane or something like that, and then there's like no way I would be able to defend. And I don't have a Cajun cycle. I cannot cycle my Night Witch in the back if I don't have a Goblin Cajun cycle. And honestly, waiting here is good for us, because as I said, this deck is better. This is the type of Golem deck where you're not playing Golems first play, so if he's just going to decide to wait, that's ultimately good for us. And if we do get to double Elixir, at that point, I might just drop a Golem in the back, because if he does end up rushing us opposite lane, we're pretty much guaranteed to defend and also take his tower. So that's kind of what I'm looking for here. If we get to double, I'll go ahead and just drop my Golem in the back. Otherwise, we're just going to wait. I could also, I guess, drop my Night Witch in the back. And then that, like, when it hits double, and then that way I have 6 Elixir, and then I'll be able to get a couple extra, so then if he goes, like, with Giant Prince at the bridge or something like that, I could cut it with a Golem. But then again, I'm not even entirely sure he has Giant Prince. He could, as far as I know, be using a Lava Hound deck. We just aren't sure yet. It could be Lava Mine or Fireball. We'll just kind of have to see. But I do know, unless it's very off meta, it would have to be Giant or Lava Hound if I had to guess. So we'll just go, yeah, for Night Witch in the back. He's going to go for his Prince. That's kind of what I was expecting, to be honest. So we have a Goblin Cage, which, okay, let's Lightning. Because he played those Skeleton Dragons, he's not going to, okay, let's activate King. Nice. Okay, we're in an okay situation. I think he's up Elixir by a little bit, but we're overall in an okay situation because we have the King activated. We are going to have to wait to Golem, though. We have to be really, really careful when we go in for a Golem. We need to first defend his pushes before we go for a Golem, and we need to be careful because he could rush us with like a Prince opposite lane, which wouldn't really be good. I think we'll go for a Golem now, though. I don't know if this is... Don't actually know if that was... I don't know why he played a Giant same lane as I was setting up for my Golem push. I think he should have gone opposite lane. But regardless, it kind of works out for him, but that's just because... I feel like the Prince is really annoying for us to deal with. So yeah, that's going to be GG. I don't think we're going to be able to break through. Like, I mean, unless he, like, makes a major mistake or something or gets overly aggressive, I think for sure it's game because I just don't really know how we're going to be able to defend and get the damage we need. Alright, well, pretty much it's now or never. So at this point, let's just go for a Golem at the bridge. And all he really needs to... Yeah, he just needs to get back to a Fireball. So, that's game. GG, I don't know what that matchup is. Like, typically, I don't know. Like, Golem does okay versus Giant, but double Prince can be really obnoxious because you don't really have the best answers to the Prince, and you know he did everything he needed to, like pressured at the right times, and I was just never really able to build up like that big Golem push. And had I, like, tried to do that, he just would have gone all out opposite lane. So, I don't know. That was interesting. I, you know, maybe could have done, like, a few things different. Like, maybe try to take the risk of just building a huge golem push and hoping I defended. But, you know, since he did have Fireball for the Skeleton Dragons, that was, like, I felt like pretty risky to do. Because then the Prince, what could happen is the Prince could, like, charge into the Night Witch, and then all he had to do was zap the bats that come out, and then if he fireballed the Skeleton Dragons, I wouldn't really have much on defense besides the Goblin Cage. That's kind of what I was worried about. But anyway, we found our next team versus Oaken here. We have a Golem in our starting hand. We're just going to wait for him to see what he wants to do. He's going to be using Log Bait most likely with Inferno. That's what I hope. I hope he doesn't have Log Bait. I mean, I guess Log Bait Rascals would be fine too, but I feel like Lightning gets a lot of value versus the Inferno. So this is going to be a pretty good matchup, especially if he's just using original Log Bait and he's not using some, like, off-meta one that I have no idea about. But if he's just using, you know, OG Log Bait with Inferno or Tesla, it should be okay. Because even though in single he outcycles really easily, as long as you just are playing okay defense, he's not really going to have that easy of a time breaking through, since I have a Bar Barrel as well as a Tornado. So we actually activate the King Tower because he didn't play the Goblin Barrel correctly. Like, because he kind of played it, oh no, I guess it was like a bit too low or something. We're going to go Night Witch. If he rockets it, then I'm just going to set up a Golem in the back, because he already used a log. So if he rockets this Night Witch, we're 100% just going to, in this case, we'll Lightning the Princess. Because even though it's a negative trade, like, it would get way too much value if I kept it alive. So we'll just go for a Bar Barrel here. He places it in the front. That's going to clean it up really easily. And things are looking okay here. We just need to try to get into double as soon as we possibly can. Alright, I guess we'll set up for a Goblin Cage. That way he can't go for, like, a Princess at the bridge or something. He's going to instead go for it in the middle. So, alright, he gets a little damage. He's going to have to defend this now, though. It's time to Golem. We'll Bar Barrel. He doesn't have a barrel in cycle yet. He will very soon. And then when he does, he's probably going to go in for it. Okay, so the question is where is he going to play his Inferno? Does he play it in the middle and let me Lightning? Ah, see, that's what I was wondering. Now we can get a really value Lightning because we're hitting the Inferno as well as hitting the Princess. We're going to try to NATO here. I would like to kill the Princess. And then we'll just set up for another Golem. Okay, so in our next Golem push, I think I'm going to probably go for Skeleton Dragons with it this time, because they're really annoying for him, since the Rocket doesn't really get too much value versus them. So yeah, we're definitely going to go Skelly Dragons as we already did. And everything's kind of spaced out for us, so he could try rocketing, but he's not going to be able to hit the Golem as well. He's going to maybe hit the support cards, but... oh, wow, he actually does hit everything. Nicely played on his part. I was not expecting that. But even though he did, despite that being a really good rocket, he's down so much elixir now. He even tries going for a barrel. I don't fall for that juke on the right side, so he gets no damage off of that. And yeah, we have such a good, like, elixir advantage now. You can see he's still not full, even with a Golem down. And once again, he just keeps giving me value with these Lightnings. I don't really care about hitting the tower, to be honest. If I'm hitting the Princess, that's good enough. I mean, it's just so much value still from the Lightning, because Inferno's 5, Princess is 3. It's providing enough value to where it doesn't really matter whether I'm hitting the tower or not. We can Golem again. You know, he can't really just... he can't cycle 3 rockets. That's not really something that's safe to do, especially versus a Golem deck. Like, I mean, he can try. He's going to throw a rocket, but that's... unless he gets, like, enough damage with the barrel, it doesn't really matter. So, yeah, that's GG. I mean, rocket log doesn't do enough. So, yeah, as I said, it's a pretty good matchup. You just have to be really careful in single elixir because, obviously, they do have a much faster cycle than you, but in double and triple, they can't deal with your golem pushes, and just make sure you're spacing everything out so they can't rock it at all. Alright, we'll do one more game, and I think that should be good. Here we go. So we found our last game. We're playing versus William. Good luck. So we have no golem, we have no goblin cage in our starting hand. We're gonna wait, and then if he doesn't, I was gonna say if he doesn't do anything for a good 30 seconds, I would throw a barbell at the bridge, but he's just gonna go for Spear Goblin. So we'll go Night Witch. See what he wants to do here. He's gonna go for a Prince. So he's probably using an Inferno minor control deck. This is going to be a little bit trickier than the log bait deck we versed because he's going to have Prince, which we have to be really careful about. We're going to go for a Goblin Cage, though. What do we want to do? We'll just go Skelly Draggies. I didn't really want to NATO that. I could have, but I didn't really think it was... He's actually going to go ahead and go in with a Prince, so... I will need a NATO this, though. I'm kind of glad I saved it, because I really needed it in that situation. Oh boy, so yeah. Okay, Poison's going to get some good value for him in this match. Things are going to be very dicey here in single, kind of like in the log bait match. Especially since I'm assuming he has Inferno. He did just use a ton of Elixir. Because he went Poison, he went Ice Golem... I still don't feel comfortable dropping a Golem, though, because if he goes Prince, I have nothing for it. I don't feel comfortable doing that. I just feel like it's not really a safe thing to do at this point in the game. You know, you can see I was up a lot of Elixir, but it still, in my opinion, was not really an ideal play. I mean, we can, though, get the King activated here, especially since he doesn't have a good spell for the Bats. So now both towers he has are quite even. Or both my towers are relatively even, so it was fine there. And yeah, we just need to keep playing this as passive as we can, and then when we finally can get a Golem off, that'll be really good. And I think we Night Witch in the back, and then Golem in front, probably. Alright, here we go. So our first Golem push of the game, we'll see if it works out. And there's the Inferno, as I expected. But look at that Lightning value. Skeleton Dragon's going to come in. Lightning should clean the Inferno up really quickly. Do we get death damage? Yeah, we do, but it's not really a lot of damage. Not as much as I was hoping, anyway. But he's playing into this, he's playing in the same lane as us, which is good, I suppose. Ooh, he just goes Prince. Okay, that pretty much frees us to play a Golem. We just need to be careful. Alright, here we go. Here we go. So here comes the Inferno, probably. There it is. Let's Skelly Dragons behind by the time the poison expires. Lightning here. Bats! Help out versus his bats. Please. No. NATO them away. The Golem should get death damage. If it gets death damage, that's enough to put us in the lightning range. Doesn't even matter. He has nothing to defend. And we get a really nice win there. So, you can see, guys, you know, a lot of people think Golem is, like, you know, really low skill. You know, like Golem first play. You know, all that stuff. But with this particular Golem deck, you need to be really careful because when you're versing a deck that has Inferno in it, or Fast Cycle in general, like the one we just versed, you can't be going in for Golem first play because they can pressure opposite lane really easily, just defend everything with an Inferno, or with their cheap cards. So, with this Golem deck, you're not playing any Golems until you're up a ton of Elixir, or they don't have their pressure cards in rotation. You had to see, in that last game, I had to be really patient. I just couldn't play any Golem until I knew that I wasn't going to get screwed over by like a Prince opposite lane or something like that. So I think we played 1, 2, 3, for 5 games. We only lost 1 game, and honestly, the deck we lost to, I think there's probably a couple different things I could have done differently to win that, but yeah, it was just tough to build up a goal and push that game. But I don't think he had like an insane matchup or anything like that. I just think he played it like really well. But yeah, that's gonna be it for the video. We end up getting to 379, not bad. Still early season, so not like worrying too much about you know, where I'm at in ladder yet. And I also wanted to let you guys know, well, I'll let you know more information probably in like 2 or 3 weeks. But I'm in about a month or so, I'm taking a trip, you know, like out west to see the Grand Canyon, and I'm most likely going to be gone about 10 days. So I'm planning on, I don't want to bring my streaming and, you know, stuff I used to recording, like the laptop, face cam, mic, because like all that could get messed up. I don't think it's like a good idea to bring it on a trip like that. So what I'm planning on doing is for the 10 days I'm gone, I'm most likely going to pre-record 3 videos. I might consider to do 4 or 5, but I don't know if I could do more than that because that would be a ton of videos I have to pre-record. But I'll let you guys know when it gets closer to when I leave. But anyways, thanks again. Until next time, guys.